Hello everyone, this is Ailir Merge, and in this video I'll be presenting to you one project that I was working on and specifically presenting its digital product design. And if you remember back in times, maybe a year or two, I was working on Laila project and building the branding logo with the whole branding identity, and then I was building a website for them, designing, coding, and launching. And now this 2025 year, last year, they needed my help to improve their user experience and user interface of their digital product. That digital product was in the process of being built during my work on their brand and website. But in 2025, they needed improvement and needed my help to make it consistent and much more effective in user experience. That was really interesting to improve that. So I will go into my videos. Let's go. It's a little bit shortly. You can see here, Maddox Laila. I have this video. I'll be showing it to you in a second. Let me go and show you this. So I have a portfolio that I built in 2025 that presents here website, specifically focused on the website design and code with branding in it. So here I'm just going to show you a little bit of results that, so you don't need to, for example, have another video that is 38 minutes that I'm breaking down the whole project of website and branding of Laila that I built back in times. You can go and check it out, and you will see it will be running for like details of branding, how I go over this, my thoughts behind it, logo types design. You'll see some wireframes, how they done. You will see the whole design application for the website in Figma, and then you'll see some website development with responsiveness, addressing demonstration. I'm breaking the whole thing down, and then I have a 2025 video. I'm going to just show you of the website and my version. And I must say that this website has evolved many times with respect to the marketer decisions, and I'm not showing really the real URL. In fact, Laila, let me see URL. This is the real what is right now there. So what you see at the moment, it has evolved many times with decision of marketer and founder. So the final version is evolution of it. That I'm not really willing to show. I like to show the one version that I provided to my client. But what I want to say here in Laila, when you go to Laila AI, you can start for free the product. It'll take you here, and this is where you're going to go to the digital product. Give it a try. I'll explain to you once I'll come to the point when I will be presenting to you new work in this video of digital products specifically for Laila. But this is how you'll log in. All design you see here, and I'll be addressing that is done by me. And I'll be addressing about the coding part in a second. But first, I want to just shortly present in my 2025 video showreel one part of it, specifically showing the website and branding and coding of this website that is responsive. You can see phone, you can see responsiveness of desktop. Just going to show you a little bit to as a pre-presentation, so to say. That was the website that I designed and presented, and branding was done, so you can see everything coming together. And responsiveness. So that's the part, and then we eventually 2025, as I say, you can see here it's another showreel that specifically focused on SaaS and UX UI design that I built. And here specifically in this presentation, let me go back. I like to present this new way of how I show what is my service. So you can see I will right away enter, and you will see my services. So what happens, as I mentioned, we did the brand identity system, logo, brand guidelines, all assets for them that was approved. Then we went in this a year or two ago, and then we went to the website design and code that you saw on launch with Webflow. That's what you saw. And then marketers start to evolve their website for their own eye. And then they had the digital product done, but it needed improvement in user experience, user interface. So they needed my help in 2025 to improve the consistency of it and experience. And that's what I will be presenting to you right now. This one. And what happens if you go actually in this presentation, we're going to enter this category. We'll start actually from Laila, and I want to show you a little bit here the presentation. What it shows you here is that also free categories that I addressed. This project has all free services from me being delivered. You can see here branding, product, and website. And we're going to enter this. And I encourage you to check my showreels 2025 of websites, and this one with music. I turned off music. They have amazing immersive music, really great. If you want to get familiar yourself with what service, what kind of expertise I hold, go check my showreels, and that will give you the general understanding. You don't need to go to every project to explore unless you're interested to see how I work. But generally, these two videos so far show well what I do on the product and website. And then later I will build the branding in the same look and feel and style. I will build the branding presentations and just my hands haven't reached that yet. But here, Laila, so product, you'll see, this is what I saw, right? The only thing is also in this presentation, you'll see that I uplifted for my own presentation, for my reasons. I improved a little bit even design to present this work. You can see highlights is better. I'll show you here. Where was it? Let me close it. Yeah, here you see that it needs improvement on the highlights. It's not that immersive as I have it here. It could be better. And here you can see my design of Figma, and coding was also really well done, but there's space to improve. Now, what I want to say, it's luxury. As I say, when I do digital products, you can see here, I am not coding anymore. When it's a website, I will do the Webflow coding to the launch, pixel perfect, high fidelity, exactly as I designed and on brand as I branded. But once we get to the digital products, I need a developer to work shoulder to shoulder. And I must say that it's a luxury to find the right developer. Their team had a great developer. It's luxury to work like that, shoulder to shoulder, bring expertise, strength into the table, and complement and achieve great results. I enjoyed working with the developer that they had for this project because the value for perfection and the ability to work, right culture of work was really effective. That it's impressive to see the high fidelity results when I design code is almost exactly, and we worked really well back and forth. Only my commitment ended at some point. I would say there's space to improve some nuances. For example, some responsiveness, but here, for example, this should be glossy. You can see like in design. Where was it? On my design, you can see here as a glossy effect and some subtleties, not the big deal. But also when I was building this presentation, I gave even better look and feel for Laila, for my own presentation reasons. But again, if my commitment will be needed more in this project, I would even make it even better and better and better. And that's what happens. I recommend you to actually get my commitment for longer term and for proper exchange, better exchange, so I can give my attention, give my life to your project and get the best results as we go. So what I will be doing, I'll be showing you a little bit presentation here, this one. So I'm just going to run it, and then you can go and check it out yourself. It's interesting to give it a try. So Laila, a little bit to give you clarity, Laila is actually an AI agent. Maddox is the brand. So Laila is a product that they sell, and product allows you, what do you do? You go through, I'll be presenting to you. So what do you do as you log in? You go through, you choose a category and what kind of report you want to generate. And once you choose the category, you'll go through the step-by-step to engage with Laila, their AI agent, who you'll be conversing with and putting information yourself into the steps. And once it's done, it's going to generate you a report for your startup, for your beginning. And it just saves you a lot of time to build quick results instead of spending a lot of time and money in order to make right research. So it's really a good idea in the AI industry niche. And that's what I'll be presenting to you. That's what they do. That's the product that they sell. And I will not be going deeper here. You can go and check it out in the exact product yourself, app.lailalabs.ai. And there you'll be able to click the button, come here and log in and give it a try. But I'll be showing you the design results. First of all, I'm going to give you presentation from my portfolio, uplifted. And then I'll be showing you what is not uplifted, so to say, for my own reasons. You can see how the responsiveness could be happening, collapsing, and so on. So I design every element, every part, every decision of UX UI here on brand that I have developed back a year or two ago. Here you can see I improved the background and colors effect a little bit. Let me, not a little bit, but just to make it more immersive, more stand out. Let me go here in my Figma and we'll be running with you. So here what we have. We have the design of product, and I'll go to prototype. You can see they're interconnected. We'll be going for the prototype here and there. I will try to show you everything if I can. If not, it's okay. And here's the old version that was back in times built, and I needed to use this old version and improve the user experience, make it easy, UI also on brand, and at the same time, most importantly, the steps in UX must be easier for user to understand and navigate. So that's what I needed to improve, and that's what I did in 2025. And that's what we'll be running through. And and we'll be going through this prototype. Now you can see here, it's a prototype. And this was before, let me see. Yeah, this is the old version that was before my brand. I would recommend to build brand first before you're doing prototype, before you do the product. You can do product, but make sure that you don't really need to stick with the style that much in the beginning. UX is important, brand doesn't matter. UX is important, doesn't matter colors whatsoever. So the clever thing is, if you want to really hurry, build the product, but don't waste your time that much on branding and UI. And then if you do it in this order, but better is to build branding, Better is to build, I would say even branding. You can start after branding product and website at the simultaneously, but then this needed improvement. Anyways, I'll not be showing you how it looked like before. I'll be showing you first of all this entrance. You already saw it's exactly as I designed, right? You can see, of course, a couple nuances could be improved. Like this one, for example, I did that they collapse, they collect all into one when they slide to the left. That is something not done. Or this glassy effect. You can see I have glassy effect. In the real version, they didn't use glassy effect. But again, it just needs more commitment to make sure that we back forth with developer. But it's really well achieved work results. Really well done. So from developing side. So this is what I designed. Everything is, you can see it's done by me. Specifically make sure everything is done, predicted every step of user experience, login, log out, forgot a password, all that is done. This is the entrance. So when we enter first time, for example, this is what you're going to see. Let me close it. This is what you're going to see. Because you didn't have anything, I'll be running through, and you see the background is not as improved as I did it with this version. It feels more cleaner here, but not maybe standing out enough. But this one more immersive, more kind of aesthetically unusual. That's what I wanted to achieve for myself. When I was doing this presentation, I felt like something is off, something is not that impactful, so I decided to do it. So here's a quick presentation, not quickly, but quite time. Let's run through this. So you see your dashboard, you see 4 categories. I'm showing everything that you can do here. I'll be running with you for this. This is your dashboard, assuming you have these 5 reports, and I'm showing you can delete, you can select all, it's all UX UI well done. You can leave feedback if you want to. These is 4 report categories that you can make, and you can see we have 4, 44, 0, 7. You can create a new project right now here. You can go and log out, really simple. Really unusual. So we're going to do new, so you can choose which category you want out of those 4, and you can cancel, but you can select. You can see how it jumps. It's going to take you. See, you can go back to projects, cancel, or you can go through steps to build the report. So you can say, okay, audience, or like this is this is your search objective. So you can talk with AI, ask Laila for help, for example, or you can just transcribe and write the text. And I'll be running for you right now. It's just quick demonstration of UX UI responsiveness. So here you're talking with AI, and it gives you a conversation. It actually speaks if you give it a try and go and try. So anyway, I'm trying to do it quick presentation. Here it's automatic running right now, but you can see it's just indicating that you're going step from step. Target audience is like the target audience that it recommends. You can edit that target audience if you're not happy. You can go to your library. You can create a new one, ICP. You can do it manually if you want to. So different ways to. If you're not really happy with the results, you can just choose better than you know. What would you think? So there's all way to present, even change the image or the avatar if you want to. So you can save the library, and then this is your library. You can choose it from the library. You can say, I'm going to close it. I'm going to choose what it offers, for example. Let's go, right? Then research questions also for this is what they wanted to do. They want to have these research questions for this ICP that also impacts, and then it makes sure that you need to review all your results, make sure once at the end it's all good, and then you load, and then you generate report. It's going to show you that it's going to generate report. And here's what's happening. And we'll be running with you. I'm just quickly showing you this presentation of my portfolio. Also showing some mobile version, how it's going to look like, that it's responsive, it's effective. That's how it should look like. And that's it, I think. We'll go to the next one. No, there's more. Okay, I will show you something more here of different interactions. So because it depends on what category you choose, it gives you different steps. You can see this one, for example, with notes, there's a product design report. So you can change the views. So it will be a list, or it's going to be the squares. When you go to squares, you're going to have this kind of step-by-step flow of your product design. And I want to show differently yellow color for the sticky notes signature. You can see you can interact with AI to understand, to ask questions, prompts, and communicate about your results and change the results of your product design kind of step by step. That's what in the beginning, it's an MVP. There's much more can be done, but you need to show something. So they start from product design as specifically website. There must be specificity there, but it's their decision. But if the product design should be generally product design, there's a lot of work and commitment must be invested into this proper reports categorization, UX UI design. But because this MVP, it's a beginning, there's limitations. You need to be clever about how to go about it. There's a way to work on a content strategy and copy in order to make for user to understand things. But again, this already becomes out of my commitment to this project. So it's something to be aware of. The content strategy, the content, the marketing, everything must be clever, sharpened, really well strategized in business in respect to the revenue, and respect to the budget, in respect to the timing, and respect to the resources. All these things must be evaluated and made proper, strategic, clever decisions. It's not everything in my control. It's not me who is always, let's say, leading the process. So my always responsibility is to give the observations and recommendations, make sure that everything is respected. The rest is on them. So I did my best to present things, but it was really interesting to build and give them the proper UX UI on best I can in respect to what is the situation they have and so on. So this is a quick short presentation. Let me see. So the point is, I will show you the result is this. So you get the report. This is to check the report when it's generated. And what you can do, you can download, you can save it. And this is the report that you can scroll through and you can interact. You can download, right? It shows here. You can go for every section, or you can go and interact with AI. You should take it here. So you can ask and interact and ask questions about the report results. Ideally, in the future, they should be able to build this AI to kind of make changes on spot live. But I think in the beginning, it's basically you can engage and learn more about the results if you're not understanding some results. So you can engage and talk. So I'm showing how it all works. And you can scroll through, and the idea for the marketing and sales, of course, is like it's going to be, you can copy paste, but it's going to be locked. The main information, like infographical information, going to be locked. They don't want to give it for free. So if you want to unlock, you have to purchase and pay, and you can have different versions of purchases. That was something done, the latest step. So there's a decision from marketing perspective that I needed to present. This is a short presentation on my portfolio here. And let's go into the presentation itself. So as I mentioned, so first we enter, right? So we enter here, and I think maybe, yeah, I can enter. Let me see. Yeah, I can log in. So the point is just, this is like showing the testimonials, showing the kind of infographical presentations, what to expect to kind of call attention from the marketing perspective. You can log in with Google, you can log in, sign in for a forgot password. I already showed you everything, but the point is just log in. So when you log in, if you don't have anything, what happens? Of course, from Google, it's going to take your photo, so you can log out. You can create a new project, but what it does when you first time come in, you can give feedback. But the point is, this is the main menu navigation. So my projects, and you have 4 categories. Once you do the new project, it depends what category you're going to choose. You're going to allocate that into the category, and you'll be able to organize and delete. But the point is, you didn't in the beginning, for education reasons, for user to get familiar with things, you're not capable to do anything. It takes you for a start. So say, welcome. Hello, I'm Laila, your assistant. Let's start creating your first project. It takes 5 to 10 minutes. It's important to give it time, not to scare people. Of course, it probably takes longer in the beginning, but that's what's something we need to target into the 5 and 10 minutes to show that this time it can take. Give it a try. So all you can do is just click the box. It must make it simple for user instead of trying to understand everything. So you educate them as you take them through. So when you start, you just, it's your first project. It's your first project you're going to start. In my case, in presentation, because it's a Figma, I'm just doing this quick shortcut to shift between. So the point is, it will take you, when you do the first project, it's just going to take you through the new project, and you'll be building it, selecting the category. Now, I showed how to build it, explained to my client, the developer, they build it, they understand, showing how it looks like once they land. But the point is, they will learn about the dashboard once they will go through the process of the first project creation. Now, when I click, it's my shortcut to come to how it looks like once you're already familiar and you're going through the whole process, and it's pretty clear for you. Here you go. This is what you're going to see once you're already familiar. When you build the first project, you're going to see just one box here. These are they're not going to see these. It's just for the sake, for the developer, for the team. I build these invisible boxes so we can see how it looks like when it scrolls, how many boxes and so on. So basically, they're going to see one box here. And that'll be in a process, for example, because so what do we see here? It's a draft, right? Something you haven't finished. This is in process with this point here. It's indicating how much process is done. This is when the report is in the process of being generated. And this is something happened wrong. And this is complete, so you can check this report. It's report. If you click the box, you will go to the report. Here, if you click, it will take you to where you stopped. Here, if you click, it will go and show you the progress of report generation, or it doesn't really have to show anything. You cannot click it. And here, it's retry, something is wrong. Who knows if there's error. So that's the whole thing. So you have basically the dashboard where you come into. All you can do is you can see that you have different categories. I have, because when you create a new project, you can choose market research, customer research, concept testing, and product design. So let me close it. And this is it, market research, consumer research, concept testing, and product design. You can see it's indicating how many you have inside just for the sake. I show how it looks like when you have 0. I show how it looks like when you have more than one number, so it fits, so they know how to build it, and just 7 for the sake. And how it looks like when you have selected. This is how it looks like. So what you can do, you can see hover over effect, as if on this one. What you can do, of course, we know already you can log out, so that will take me out actually, and it's connected. You can log out if you want to, and you can sort. So most recent first or most older first. So you can choose between these. We can put as much boxes as you want, depends on what you decide. We can delete. When you do delete, you can see what happens. This drops opacity. Here indicates what you have selected, assuming we selected this. And when you select, of course, this will in brackets will indicate how many you have selected. And if you delete selected, I'm going to confirm if you want to delete or no. No, I don't want to. You can select all if you want to or deselect. That's the idea. So below this menu, and I'm just going to close it. Also quite self-explanatory, pretty correct, pretty simple. And before you can see I had 4 and it's just presented 5th here just to show how error looks like. So you can see it jumps up and gives the outline when you hover over, and it's just to show how it looks like. The rest I didn't show. And you can also see the 3 dots. So if you click, you can add it or you can delete it. That's also quite a simple thing. You can also go enter this. Actually, wrong button. Should not give the detail. I think I left connected. But if you click this, it will take you to the external link of the report. It's supposed to. So here also we prototype. Supposed to also show this like this prototype. But we also wanted to give the opportunity to click right away. So just showing different versions. So draft, very clear button. Everything is clear. What we can do here further at the end, towards the end, after taking you through how to create all 4 categories, step by step, communicating with Laila. At the end, I will show you how report looks like. So we're going to click and see the results. But before we need to go and try to create things, I will try to remember what to click what. You will see sometimes maybe I'll click and we'll see these blue indicators that what we can click. Because it was a while since I worked on this and I might not remember parts that you can click. So let's go into the new project. We want to build a new project. First of all, marketing, website, everything must clearly communicate to users what to expect. What is this? So people, when they come to this place, they already know that Laila builds reports. They know that the result is the reports generated. So the marketing and preparation of people to arrive to the product, to enter and log in, they're already kind of educated. No one going to come here without knowing what is this. Maybe, but then they need to explore and learn more. There's a way also to improve the whole process of educating user as a tutorials on YouTube or even here. More better commitment needed in order to make it better and better. But again, my commitment was ended at some point and I was not involved further, but I see the space to improve and that's okay. I need to be realistic with the cases. So new project, let's go. So project type, we can choose. The point is you can generate report as a market research, focusing on market research, then customer research, concept testing, and product design. The idea also is that eventually you can code, and it's another thing because I'm taking product design, this digital product design, I'm taking, and because it's already was built, and I cannot really, let's say, turn so much the boat, so to say, in a different direction. I cannot really embrace and pivot so much. It's not my decision. But we see a lot of ideas and proper ways of user experience can be done. It's really hard to embrace and pivot, not in my decision, in their decision as the clients, right? My decision is UX UI to build the user experience of this digital product better, but I cannot, it's realistic, cannot turn the boat so much. So I must improve the best I can with what they have. That's the challenge. Because there are ways actually to say, I'm building project and I want to take this project report and start from market research and then take the same project and update to customer research and update to concept testing and product design. So there's a way better to think about user experience, how to deal with one report and to demonstrate its evolution and improvement. If they would decide to go with me in the beginning and build the product even earlier, but who knew, we haven't met with them. We could do better decisions, better solutions, and what we have discussed. So these things are for later to decide. Now they needed to, in this point, they needed to go to market and give it a test, give it a try, test and see what people say. So it's really challenging for the MVPs in the beginning. It's really challenging when you do and not evaluate it really well in the beginning. And so you cannot really embrace and pivot so much. So I need to clarify that here I'm playing with what they have and I cannot really turn the boat so much. I need to just improve with what they have as best as I can to the degrees that are available and possible. And we've registered some new things that we can improve later on with this concept being improved, tested, and validated. So here you go. And there's ways, to even improve this process. So anyways, some text describing, so you can choose different categories. For example, maybe I'm more caring, and it doesn't really much make sense from my perspective. I actually, in every report, I would like to have customer research, to be honest. But maybe user, let's say in this case, in this MVP, customer research. Maybe you want to understand who's your customer for report. Maybe you have marketing research. Maybe you have a good decision, but you need to understand your ICP. Or maybe you don't need. Maybe you have better understanding your ICP, and maybe you need market research. Or maybe with market research you can go to ICP. So as I say, there's space to improve. Nevertheless, there are 4 categories that you can go through in different categories. So we can cancel, or we can go back and cancel easily. So let's go in order, and let's go to the first. Start now, right? Let's start now. So once you do this, is all looks like that. So when you start project type, I can always go back to the project type, and it's easy to use, right? At the same time, every time I can just close, save as draft, so or stay, so or can go back. So you can save as draft as you want, or you can delete. Actually, I would put button here also to delete it, but it's dangerous and confirmation should come. But this is so far like this. So when we go here, you can see when you do the and you can see it's market research. Market research, that's the title. You can leave, you can go back, change your idea to a different category, or market research. Okay, it has one step in this case, and you cannot really generate a report further. You need to fulfill the task before you can go further. So it's the first step that you are on. And so here's a research objective. Start from your business objective in relation to your market. Again, there can be better explanation, better examples. Maybe even I would say we could give some kind of button to show the example, like a video pop-up. But again, that depends on the assets that I have. I don't have a video assets, so I cannot do that. But I would recommend, for example, to show an example. So there's space to improve. So it gives you, for example, recommendations. Discuss with Laila, right? Ask Laila for help. You should be able to click even this one to go there. So there's way, to improve user experience. Again, commitment needed more from my side, but doing the best we can. Speak your thoughts. So that's this indicator, and enhance results, improve. Again, the word keywords, they improved they'll improve, for example, improve results. There are ways to improve these things, and you can click and it will start the different things. But the point is, anyways, quickly show for developers, for them, how UX UI can be improved. So the point is, a research objective. You can write the text, you can enhance the text, so you can improve. Best way is to go and talk with Laila. So you go to talk with Laila, and she talks to you. She says what she's interested in. That's all you need to do, to be honest. It's the most end conversation. You can talk with it. But once you're familiar, once you know what to do, if you know your research objective, you just type your research objective here. Now, what are you trying to achieve, right? And then you can, when you type it, and then you can improve. So it's going to improve the text. Or you can actually transcribe if you want to. For example, let me close it, just a shortcut. You can transcribe. So transcribe your thoughts. So you just talk and say, and it's going to register that. You can cancel, or you can say, okay. So if I even improve, for example, let's go back. If I talk with Laila, for example, she's listening, so I'm talking. And what my recommendation is to indicate what she's recommending. So once I'm talking, she's registering, and you're right away going to see the results. Understand the preferences, motivations, and purchasing behaviors of the older generation in Italy who love Spanish wine, for example, right? So there's learning curve needed, but also I would say there's a way to improve the user experience to explain clearly what is the research objective, for example. But again, space to improve a lot in a lot of places. So the point is, you see what she generates for you once you talk. You can stop talking. You can, for example, reset and restart. Or you can say, okay, I like it. When you say yes, you like it, it's going to appear here. And then you can actually improve, you can actually transcribe, you can change. And once you're happy with your research objective being put here, you're going to continue further. So research objective, this is the market research. This is what a Gucci is going to give. This is where you start. This is what I mean. It's really correct. Let's restart. Wait a second. That's correct to say that you start from this, but then you're going to take the same report to the customer research, for example, right? But as I say, I cannot really pivot the ball that much. So I need to stick with this plan. And it already seems like it's not really going to be that successful, but it needs a proven concept of in a market, nevertheless. So anyways, with user experience, the point is here, you go through, you talk with Laila, it gives you the results. Okay, good, I'm happy. There it is. I sharpen and edit, and that's it. This is what the market research, I'm going to generate a report. What's going to happen? I'm going to generate a report, it's going to load, and it's going to show you generating report. Come back in 10 minutes, for example. It shows you percentage loading. You can cancel. which will say, okay, it's something I thought is really good idea. Like, actually, I want to change something. So you're actually going to cancel. You're going to say, "Are you sure I want to cancel?" Yes, I want to cancel, confirm, for example. I'm going to go back, step back so you can make changes. Or save as draft, right? So, okay, yeah, that's all I need to do is say, come back, okay, save as draft. So it's going to be here. Now it'll appear like this in progress. So if you, for example, leave, cancel, and save as draft like this, it will appear like this. Once it's going to progress, it's going to look like complete. So let's go to the new project and go to the customer research. Now in customer research, there's going to be more steps you can see. We saw one step, now we have more. Now we audience type. It's important to distribute. So customer research we have. Audience type. Select the type of target audience you want to test. B2B or B2C. That's already kind of differentiating. It's really important right in the beginning. So it's like, that's the most important. Okay, I selected B2B, B2C, and I'm going to end this. You could go to second. You can always go back. But when you go back, it will say, are you sure? Are you sure you want to do this? Because you're going to lose the information, so to say, what you put here. But because we haven't put it yet here, it doesn't really ask you this. If you put information, it will say, are you sure you want to do this? Because you're going to lose this step, so to say. So you're familiar already with this step. In the first version, this was the first step. But now we know that we own B2C, and you can put your research objective. So we're already familiar, you already know what's going to happen. You see, once I cannot go to the second step, so end the second step. Only when I have information here and the second step. So once, but also you can see this appears, I can click it. So if not, it's not. So I can actually go on. So, okay, I have a research objective with audience type selected. I end it. Now I go to the objective breakdown. It's actually going to give you objective breakdown based on your information, and you can actually edit it. You can again improve. You can transcribe. You can see it's blinking all the time. Well, I say, okay, I'm not happy. Or I'm happy. I can delete it if I want to. Are you sure I want to delete it? So, and you can reset all the time. Are you sure you want to reset at the beginning? And you can add goal if you want to. Really clever, really good. So it breaks down the objective, right? And you can see here, you had this objective, like this is your previous, right? This one. So you can always go back and check your results to remind yourself instead of losing the step. That's the idea. So you can go on back and see what was my objective again. Okay, actionable goals. That's the actionable goals objective breakdowns. Again, there's a way to improve the content strategy and so on. But again, this is not my responsibility. I give recommendations here and there, but again, commitment is limited here and there. So add goals, you can see how that turns. It's all on brand, also on color. Target audience, so when we choose, as you saw in the video, the target audience you can choose. You can always go back to check your objective, actionable goals, always just to remind you not to lose a step, to see the results, to make right decisions on the next step. That was the idea. Again, it can be also improved better in experience. But anyways, so it recommends you the ICP based on information that you put. And you can see, for example, I'm trying to show different versions of people. This is what's selected. You can edit description, some basic information of age, gender, location, married, kids, and so on. So you can choose a recommendation. You can edit it if you want to. Can I click those? But the point is, I have a library. The idea, again, we can't really embrace that much and pivot the boat. But the idea is generally that you can save those ICPs eventually to library, but maybe not for this MVP. So you can create new, for example, maybe I'm not happy. I want to create something new, or I can edit. It will take to the same place. I can go also to library, for example. My library is empty, for example, of B2B, B2C. Just showing how it looks like when it's empty. I can close it. I shortcut. If it's not empty, I'm going to see this. So I show how it looks like when you scroll. You can see when you don't put image, you can see when there's two genders. So making sure we have different versions. How more we have information, description, and we can delete if we want to. Again, you need to confirm. And you can create new, or you can close. And here, for example, when library it's empty or not, I show this. But if we go to the create new, you're going to say, okay, new ICP, or I can cancel. Okay, create new. We're going to create a new ICP. Discuss with Laila. That's not something interesting, optional. So you can talk with Laila about your ICP. So you're going to craft a new ICP, and then you can use it from your library for this case, or you can create it manually, right? So you can say location. You can choose here. You can close it. Gender, right? Age, and put it here. Marital status, how many children, occupation, revenue, additional descriptions if you want to, text, how much you can put, imagery if you want to add, upload, ICP name, description, and get Laila to decide. That's also, you can just randomly give information idea. Save to library, and that's it. You'll have from library, you can choose what you have, or you say, you know what, actually, let's go with what they have. Let me see. Actually, it's okay what she offers. Laila, right? Let's go with this. So then once you choose, just by choosing, or it allows you to end the first step, you go to the final step. Research questions. This is also something that they had the step to present. Okay, so the point is, it's like giving you the options of questions for ICP for target audience to have in order to generate the ICP correctly, I guess. So you always can go back to check your results to remind yourself to make right decisions here. We're already familiar with you, so you can just edit and change. You're happy, you're not happy. So that's the idea, and you can always reset if you want to. Are you sure? Kind of a learning curve makes you to understand how it all works. You can always go back to the other steps. Here I'm just jumping right away, but it always gives you pop-up confirmation. Are you sure I want to do this? Because you're going to lose the steps. It's kind of something also to think about. Can we actually remember those steps? But it's really hard because it's really impacts with AI. So it must be, if you want to go back, it's like, are you sure you want to do that? And the clever idea is to click here to see what you had before, not to lose, so to say, the step. That was my recommendation. So you see, I can always check. Once I'm happy with everything, I can always go back and check just for the sake of presentation. I can go see what ICP I had, what actionable goals, what objective questions. Say, okay, I'm happy. Let's send fifth step and say, okay, review. Before you actually are going to generate a report, it's not a step, but just review the whole thing. You see a B2C, objective, we have actionable goals, we have ICP, we have questions. All seems okay. I'm ready to generate report for my ICP. Let's generate report. We're already familiar with this. You're going to save it as a draft. And that's it. And then you're going to I will show you a report in a second. Let's go for the third one. So they have quite different things. So here's concept type. Select the type of concept you want to test. Graphic ads, product packaging, user interface, video ads, website. So in this case, it's like product packaging, but actually website. But this is the idea. This is the thing, actually. There's a way to improve this MVP. Can't really select everything right now. But the point is, I think they're showing so far is just steps by step of these sticky notes kind of thing and steps. And it's like kind of first version of this, because this will evolve really well into something bigger. So concept type, research objective, we're familiar with that. Target audience, for some reason in this case also we have target audience. This is what I say, I cannot really pivot that much with this boat. So like, okay, I'll go with this. Okay, I would say that you can choose ICP to every report from your library. I think it's much more better to do it, but it's okay. We understand it's the first release, so it makes sense. What's new here is the concept. So the point is you can provide at least 2 to 3 concepts for their effective comparison testing. So you testing concept here, and you know that you can always check your objective, target audience, but this is how it looks like. You need to upload different images, whatever. It could describe better, but it's okay. Okay, create new. So what's going to happen? You can upload image or document. Here you go. Actually, it's actually okay if you think about it. So you can drag and upload the document, and it says how much and what kind of format. You can give it a title to the concept. You can again transcribe and approve. You can give a description, cancel yes, and you're going to create a concept. And here I'm showing when you do this, I'm going to show you how it looks like. So this is how it looks like. You need to upload at least 2 concepts to compare, and then you will be able to end. And this is how it looks like. So it's a document or what image, description, what file you uploaded. You can edit, you can delete. And image is here like this. We can do image. I don't need image. Icon is really beautiful to indicate. So it gives really good. Again, there's better improve, like percentage-wise, how effective the percentage-wise. It can encourage you to actually, hey, upload better. I would even showing like percentage here, how good it is. It can give a recommendation. I would even recommend to engage with Laila chat, and she can say, hey, the second concept, try to improve this in order for better results, right? But again, it needs more commitment of mine in order to make better UX UI decisions. So I'm stopping here. So, we have 2 of these, and we're just going to end this. So it says the results again. You can check every results. The product packaging as if actually here's product packaging, not a website, but product packaging. Actually, give me a second. I was making wrong decision. It's not concept testing is correct. So here actually you can choose categories. It's not like only website. Actually, like you can choose any, and then when you upload, when you have research objective and target audience in concept, you can upload, and then you can compare them depending on what it is, and you can see that when we end, it says, okay, we comparing product packaging. You can check the objective. You can check what target audience that's for and what concepts we're testing, and they're going to generate you a report. Okay, so we're not going further because it's repetitive. So we're going to be just going back here. Let me see if I can maybe from here. Just going to go back here. Let's go to the product design. Last example. Well, the product design was different. So again, product description. Here's product description instead of objective, research objective. So just describe project. I would say research objective needs more description what it means so user can understand. But that's the thing actually, by the way, what I want to say. In real, if you go, I think what they did, and I think it's the right solution, research objective, this text just gives you some kind of examples. It's typing in and gives you examples. That's the education curve. So it's really well done, actually. When you come here, in order to make an educate user what to type, they just give some examples here typed automatically. The user can get an idea. Okay, yes, okay, got it. Okay, yeah, it makes sense what I need to type, kind of thing. So that was a really good idea. So if you think everything is good, everything is well done, there is a way to improve subtle nuances for better user experience, for more commitment, but generally is good, well done. And of course, again, ICP can be as a library, and all of them could be connected as one report, for improvement of one report for every stage. But this is something to consider in future. And in product here, coming back to the product to show you, so product description, you describe the product again, you can talk with Laila, we're not going to be showing the same steps, but the new thing here is that you have this user journey thing of your product description. And here you have, as you see, we already have, you can discuss with, again, this is the chat that should be probably always there to discuss with Laila about your results, but it's not always there, again, MVP. So we have a product user journey, it gives you some kind of list, but you can go for the view. So give you a list, the steps, right? And you can edit, as always, so you can edit actually from here if you want to. For example, I can edit my list, linked to, generic, or featured. I don't even know. I think they had these things, so I just did it. So you can change you can confirm. So it's step 4. For example, it's step 1, and you can change it which step it's going to be, right? For example, and this is how it looks like. So you choose if you want to reorder them, so to say. This is linked to, or I don't know, it seems like they're linked some way. But generic, I guess it's the generic information, and features is what kind of features we have, those bullet points. Yeah, that's right. Generic is the title and description. That's the title and description, and then features is those bullet points, and then link to is the position of that thing. To confirm. So the point is, it's much more convenient, I think, to observe this from the view of the sticky notes, and you can see you can discuss with Laila. You can always close it. But here in the presentation, I'm showing it differently. So here I'm showing how it looks like it closed. And here I show how it looks like when it's open. And you can, again, talk. You can discuss with Laila. You can send the message. You can choose a prompt kind of thing. And you can discuss and talk. And the thing is, this is how I show how you navigate the sticky notes. And you can always go back to the list. You can always shift to the view. So it's the same information, just different view modes. And you can see we have sticky notes. This is the steps. This is the step how it looks like if you hover over and you can edit. It's the same like you saw. For example, it's a step. It's linked to. Here you go. This is better explaining here. So it's step 3, but we know that it's linked to 4. So you can just select the step 3, which is linked to, and it will change the position, so to say. A little bit complex. I think we can make it easier, but again, I'm following the structure of code. That's one of the requirements for me was I cannot shift code that much. I need to respect what is already coded. I need to, that's a challenge. That's a challenge. Not only we can pivot the ship that much, but mainly it's all about because the code foundation is already done. And that's not the right thing, but be careful when you do product design. Better do in right sequence so you won't trap yourself. We witness with this project that there's a trap of much foundation of coding being done. So with improvement of UX UI, we cannot do that much different decisions. And we also cannot really shift the product decisions either. So you can see, but it's interesting, I must say, it's something, those challenges, requirements are giving me kind of rules within which I have to play and do the best I can. So, I actually think it's quite interesting. I did my best. So you can see even glossy effect of this arrow is also there like that. And even this view also have glossy effect. So anyways, edit, delete, makes sense. We can change the position. You should be able to just click and drag, to be honest, just change the position of the steps. But again, this is already coding process. And I'm showing how you build the new step. You can see they're just stacking like this. And when I press plus, you just can put the new information, a new step that you might want to add. So that's it. And then you generate report. It says, okay, review the results. The green is already indicating you're just reviewing. You generate, and that's it. Open prototype also is a new way to show the prototype. You can check. It's all for some reason, I don't know. You can observe this because I think it's a third-party kind of thing with the sticky notes. So those sticky notes became, I think, kind of third-party thing. I'm not sure, but it's okay. Anyways, save as a draft. So I show you every step and every category that we have, and what steps it's taking you through. Again, to say there's space to improve for pivoting the boat totally, ship totally, and if there'll be no foundation of code limitations, we will make UX UI decisions differently. So that's important to point out. Now, let's go to see how results look like. So I'm going to go into the report and observe. Once it's generated, right, let's go back. So this is a draft in the process, something wrong here. This is in the process. Once it's complete with percentage, it becomes this green. That also says, okay, cool, I can go and check it out. So what happens here, you can see we have two modes. So we can just open and show. Here in this case, I'm showing how it looks like when you open the chat. And you can just chat. We were already presented to you. So you always can engage, learn more about your report this way. You see the title, so it's category and title of your thing, the date and the report. So what you can do, you can edit project name, you can open prototype. I don't know what exactly that means, but you need to consider that. Try consumer research. It's like calling you to try another type of research. You can download it. That's the point. It will convert to the PDF. Copy link. That's also good to send to someone, and delete. And this thing is interesting. So this is the chapters of this report. So if you click, you can just scroll in, and you see this progress bar. This progress bar, as I scroll, it follows when you scroll. This is what it had to do from development side. So that was easy to explain to you, to show the user with user experience that they need to have a sense of how far they are through the report, and they can quickly go to the categories. Now, the thing is, again, when you experience yourself, there's space to improve. The shadows effect, for example, box on box in development side is, you will see that some will be mistakes, but it's just a matter of commitment and making sure everything is right. So there must be no shadow from the box and the boxes below. But generally, also my idea was to make different versions, for example, make black, white, and this version, so people can shift between modes, but it's already too much commitment for design and code for this MVP. So the thing is, here you go. You have always the category of result of the report and the title and the date, and you can download it, right? So the thing is, you have table of contents. You're supposed to be always close it, and then you have the table of contents. When you click, it should take you down there if you want to. But these categories also is that. And once you, for example, scroll into this, this white will enter this box. So these executive summary, right? This is executive summary. So you click, it will snap here. And you can see, you can close all of them, collapse or open. This is also copy the text if you want to. Just, you don't need to always copy, highlight and Command C, Command V, but you just click the button and going to copy the text. And the point is here, as I mentioned in the beginning, there's a lock. So unlock the information. That was interesting. You see all report, I built it, and I will tell you this. This is the Figma. I'll tell this, that report results, I recommended also for my client to allow me to think about the content strategy and content to give the right decisions. There was quite a work, I must say, to think through from a business perspective, marketing perspective, what information to provide. I needed to talk, organize calls with my clients and see to extract the right information. The challenge is that, again, I would say, MVP and budget situation, because I offered for me to go deeper and build a better UX UI and content strategy for each report, but that it will require more commitment and require the engagement. But this is where we didn't went deeper into, because I see there's space to improve. But now it's like I built the kind of different versions. It's really interesting, different versions of infographics to give the right information, but it requires more thoughts of how to think about it. The developer does the work to make that AI, when it generates information and when it generates infographic, it must show that on-brand style infographic. And it's quite interesting how they do this. I'm curious what they have actually, but it's okay. So the thing is, you can see it's locked. So I would love to show you this information, but it gives you the massive report of information. I think that the plan was to simplify it as best as we can, to give less information, but it became so much that it becomes, there's quite a work needs to be done, how to present it. My offer also was to show it on white paper, because when you download it, it will be on white paper. So, but again, it's more work. Anyways, so, I do my best to make sure that we're not missing any information, how to categorize them. There could be even better categories, simplify the information. But again, someone with business knowledge, I need to consult with, or marketing knowledge, to consult them to make sure that we compact the content strategy and copy. Consultations and research with marketers and business needs to be done here to make it best results for the report. But again, it's MVP, and we do what best we can. So I needed to show different versions of style for different infographics, and that quite was time consuming, quite using different ways of thinking, strategic and creative. And I like these challenges in this infographic. You can go and check infographics. Developer did a good job actually with these kind of things. So, these kind of infographics, this Beautiful, but this was already challenging too much. This is the blue ocean area of opportunity. Really interesting information. If AI can generate that information, it's beautiful in an infographical way. SWOT. Let me see what else. Just going to show you really quickly different information. And I have all 4 versions of reports. I'm just going to show you one report. This is customer acquisition cost. I kid you not, knowing all these terms, I'm familiar with business language and I know what it is all about, and building them is really important. If you want, this is annual revenue, recurring revenue, right? Annual growth revenue should be annual recurring revenue, but it's okay. And churn, LTV, it's such a key for me. Like churn, I know all these terms. I understand how important right branding, right design, right website being done correctly in order to lower the churn, in order to increase LTV, right? In order to increase return the ARR, at the same time to decrease CAC. I mean, it will cost you less if you do branding and website and product well. People will want to be and spread the word and so on. So anyways, other observations and so on, these kind of information. Also links in the end will be, so different ways, and you can download at the end. So there's ways to improve all these reports. This is the result that you get. The point is, it will not. So going for the final kind of final steps towards where it takes the user is that they will not be able to see, and this indicator, the main information like infographics, it will be locked. So you want to check it. And I think you probably will not be able to download, maybe, or not, or probably not, unless you pay. So that's what they're trying to do. So you have to unlock the report. What's going to happen? You have to choose, so free forever, with these values. So you can choose, for example, how many reports, or you can go monthly or annually. Good approach of payment for free categories. I don't think they did those free. In the beginning, I think they did one version, simple version, but I gave them this example. And that's about it. That's actually all I wanted to present to you. There was quite a presentation. It was quite a work. And again, to sum up, let me see where I can go here. To sum it up, that, as I mentioned, again, I'm kind of repetitive, but it just needs, there are steps. So what to learn, first of all, okay, it was really impressive to do the branding, website, and digital product for all the thing. Now, commitment is needed more in order to make it better. Now, the trouble I want to prevent you as an entrepreneur is just to make sure you're doing steps right, because you can trap yourself in spending more money, more resources, right? More people, more time, headache, if you will do the wrong step. It's like building architecture buildings, when you build a house, you cannot really say, okay, we don't like this window anymore, let's change it a little bit to the left and bigger. But you cannot do that when the construction is ready already. They're gonna quite be expensive. So it's a good allegory of architecture. Think about it. You do first blueprints. You don't code. You don't build, so to say, the building on site. You need to do blueprint, the prototype and design. That you think, like, long run, it's a saving time and money and headache. But in this project, for example, Laila is a good example that when you already build the foundation in code, you cannot really, if the wrong decisions were made in user experience, you cannot really embrace and pivot that much, right? I was limited in this project to many great UX UI decisions from decision makers, from my side, from developer. We arrive, but because foundation is made, and there are limitations for the MVP, budget, time, resources, we can't really make that foundation change. We have to respect that foundation. So we're trapped already. So be aware as an entrepreneur not to trap yourself. Do the blueprinting, do the design properly, prototyping, invest into that. You might think it's extra investment in the beginning, but it's not. You're preventing from the serious troubles ahead of yourself. Because if you will start from building the house on site without the blueprints, if you will start coding without the design, you think you're winning, you're saving in the moment, but you're trapping yourself long term. Don't do that. Then it will be hard to embrace and pivot. Then it will be hard to bring in new clever decisions that come on the way when you design it. That's all I wanted to present to you. Let's see. I can look out. And that's it. This is Laila. And I'll encourage you to go and check Laila. If you want, you can check the whole website and branding that I did, or you can check it out, this one, or check my portfolios where I also present them. So that's it. Thank you. Have a good day. And this was Emerge with you. Have a good one.